I've really been looking forward to this debate. Let's not lie, though, about what this is about, or let's not be coy, let's not obfuscate or conceal, because the truth is that LB1 was drafted to be provocative. LB1 was drafted as a provocation because let's talk about what happened in the last year, what's happened in the last several years. Omaha, CD2, sent a vote to the Democratic nominee for president in one of the most, probably the most contentious presidential election that this country's ever seen. There was an attack on the Capitol that like a huge percentage of people from that party still think was justified. They still think that the losing candidate actually won the election. The trust of the voters in the political process is so incredibly damaged. And in Nebraska, we had no voter fraud. We had no voter fraud issues. We had no threat of voter fraud. The Secretary of State certified it. Everything went well. People cast their ballots because in Nebraska, we have secure elections. But the majority of folks in control in this state didn't like that. And they want to prevent that from ever happening again. And if that wasn't true, I would love to split up Douglas County someday when we get there. I would love to live in a state that has so much population that the biggest population center of the state has more than one congressperson. But right now it doesn't matter if Nebraska has one congressperson or 5 congresspeople because the same folks are in charge, calling the shots and deciding how everything runs. And it's just like 8 people at the top, and everybody knows that. And LB1 is a reflection of the will of those 8 people at the top, not a reflection of the will of the people who follow us on Twitter to find out what's going on, the people who take time off work in the middle of the day to drive to Grand Island or Lincoln or Omaha to come testify about how this map is going to affect them, the people who find childcare, the people who reach out to us to helpfully inform this body, which has no Jewish senators, that we held the hearing in the most populous part of the state for the most consequential thing that this legislature is going to do on the most important holiday in the Jewish calendar. So I would love to live in a state where we have more congresspeople and we can divide up Lincoln, we can divide up Omaha, everybody gets 27 congresspeople, whatever. But the truth is, the 8 people at the top are blocking the kinds of policies that attract the population that we need in this state in order to get there. I've heard senators, and I'm sure we'll hear some today, talk about how difficult it is, and I completely empathize, to represent a district that is so big. You know, I can walk my district in Midtown Omaha in a few days. My district is pretty compact and small. And then, of course, there's, for example, Senator Brewer's district, which he's fond of saying is the size of Croatia. And that's huge. And I agree with Senator Brewer. That's too big for one person to have to manage with the same number of staff that all of us have, that I have. But if we want to grow our population in Nebraska, shrink the sizes of these districts, cut up Douglas County any which way, then we have to pass policies that attract people to this state. And it's always the folks that are complaining, the district's too big, I can't run this. They're the people blocking those policies. So let's call it what it is.
1 minute.
Don't get cute and innocent and think that this process of redistricting is about anything other than coalescing political power. That it's about anything other than political gain for the 8 people in charge. The way this was drafted by the dominant party is to give an advantage to the dominant party. And that's frankly how redistricting works. None of us are under any, illusions that it's anything else. It's the most political thing we do. And it's for people who have the integrity, people in the middle, people in the minority, people who are fighting for those voices to be heard, to make sure that we do as much as we can to push back and keep those voices in the mix, so that when people cast their ballot in Nebraska, they know that that vote counts and that vote matters. Thank you, Mr. Lieutenant Governor.